Welcome to the Launcher Session. We have at the beginning of every one of these hatecast. Today, I'm joined by Wayne Banks. No, there's no video, but we did try and rush this video into production. We shot it in between meetings, so if it seems a little rushed, that's because it is. Wayne's a pretty busy guy. But I thought since we made it through a year on this hatecast, and you guys have obviously asked to hear a episode with Wayne, this would suffice until we can get one better shot with maybe a topic, maybe two. If you have any questions for Wayne specifically for the next episode that we have him in, please let me know in the comment section below, because this guy is not only a business genius, but he's a pretty jacked dude, and business owner, jack dude, really quick on his feet, wit-wise. So if you have any off-topic subjects you'd like to ask him about as well, I think that would make a fun one. But yeah, with that being said, guys, enjoy the show. And we're live. Welcome to the hatecast. Wayne will have noticed that my voice has kind of changed to the more generic, shitty YouTuber voice. So, for those of you unaware, let people know who you are.
Man, what's going on, B-Money? I guess no one knows if that's what I call you, so that's cool.
Something
No, I'm
like
Wayne. I'm the back end of chaos and pain that screws everybody's order up and then gives them a bunch of free stuff. I'm that guy.
The guy who can't seem to pull the trigger on Permaswole.
Yeah, it's allegedly, maybe, possibly going to go out on the 15th. Don't know yet. Don't hold me to that, but it may or may not allegedly do it. We'll see.
Wink.
Yeah.
So, let's kind of give people a little bit of backstory. So, one would think, because you're a very you have this entrepreneurial spirit about you. We've spoken about that in the past. What got you into lifting weights of all things?
Man, I guess we'll just go give the story of young Wayne. So, I grew up a small boy in a small town. Just kidding. I grew up in Tampa, Florida, the disaster of Florida that it is. I was obviously bigger than most kids, stronger than most kids, and I hit high school, and they're like, cool, here's bench press and squats. Don't really tell you how to do them, but, do them because you got to be strong to play football, and you look like you can play. I was like, cool. And then I started lifting weights, and I've been lifting for, 20 years now. So it's just kind of evolved. I went and played Division III football, destroyed my body for the goal of 0 because it's Division III. No shot of going pro. So, but it was fun, and it was what it was. And, I got a degree in sports medicine, pre-med, so I learned. Basically, people were like, well, what'd you get a degree in? And I was like, well, it's just a fancy degree for $85,000 in weightlifting. So didn't take the CS or any of that because I absolutely hated trying to train people and talk to people in that fashion. And, so I continued my lifting career. I got an MBA because that's what you do when you don't know what you want to do with life. You just go, fuck it. I'm going to spend more cash in school. So that's, like 120 G's in debt. And YOLO that, as the kids would say. And then, I lifted at a gym, and I went in and out of different phases and taken every product you can think of lifting-wise. And, one day just, bumped into Jamie. We kind of had like-minded lifting at the time. And the dude was like, hey, you should read my blog. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure it's a piece of shit. I'll check it out, though, I guess. And that's kind of how we met to start Chaos and Pain.
Yeah.
And we basically, I went and read his blog, and the first thing I did was I went and just looked at how many people visited it, and I was like, wow, that's pretty fucking cool. Let's check that out. And then we just kind of started chatting about it some more. I always had this weird thing. It's like we always just tried to make cash on everything. I don't know, hustling or whatever. But like, I've failed probably 100 business ideas, if you want to call them that, and chaos and pain so far has been one of the success stories with that. And that's kind of the rambling overview of how I started lifting weights and
Yeah.
how I met Jamie.
Yeah. And what I'm hearing from two different sources that from you I hear it one way, and from Jamie I hear it the other. Although enough time has passed where I'm sure it lies somewhere in between. But is it true that one of the first formulations that we ever had was just like him bringing in raw powders, mixing them in his kitchen, and then giving them to you?
Yeah, Jamie used to like attempt to make his own products, and I think that was like because products were so shitty back then. It was like you either took Jack 3D or you just kind of like made some weird Long Island cocktail yourself with like a shot of vodka and hoped it worked. No, that's basically how we started formulating products, man. We would just like buy some single ingredients and this and that, and just start trying shit, and like, wow, that really works. Ooh, that sucked, and that was kind of the basis for it, and getting the ball rolling, and then I don't know, it's just kind of a more or less a science experiment at the time. With I don't think anybody knew it would kind of turn into what it was.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely when I came aboard, we had Ferox that tasted like battery acid, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. And when we had spoken about it on the phone, you very very slickly told me like, just tell those people don't fucking worry about it. You're taking it for the effects. And we
Man,
kind of
like
we
I'll
what?
never forget. Like we did all this work, put all this business together, blah blah blah. Like raised a bunch of cash, and we went and like got the first batch of Ferox made. It took forever. They put the wrong scoop in it, and I was like, oh, that's not that bad. And then I had my buddy try it in my kitchen, and he literally threw up all over the counter, and I was like, oh, that sucks. I was like, well, I guess this is over. But
Yeah.
no, we ended up having some really good fans, and like we like got a refund on that, so that was great. And I guess that's that kind of goes back to the old permaswole with the everyone said it had like metal shavings floating around in it, but it worked out really good. So there were some there was some interesting starting points to that you know I guess it's like the old Batman movie. It's like you got to get up when you fall down. Get Alfred telling you that. So
Yeah. No, I mean, another thing too is when I first came on board, we had our capsule products were probably a little bit more popular than our pre-workouts, specifically on the venue that I was involved in. So Anabolic Minds. By the way, if you're on Anabolic Minds and you're like one of the old Ferox OG users, comment in the comment section below. I think you deserve an award because you've stuck with us, and it means a lot. So. What is some of the weirdest shit that you've learned about the supplement industry? Because now you've been in it a while, right? You've gotten comfortable. You have a lazy chair set up in the supplement industry, and it's indented with your gloriousness, and you kind of have this. You're settled in. So what's some of the weirder things you see going on?
oh man, come on. I mean, everything's weird now in the industry. It's like, you kind of move, we've stayed hardcore, but we do everything by the book. But you just see so much fuckery happen in the industry. There's so many, label claims are off, and people selling this and that, like, which I don't really care. It's like, if you want to break the rules, do whatever, it doesn't matter, but the weirdest thing I see is everybody who has an Instagram account, thinks they were sent from the Lord Jesus to be the savior of the fitness industry, which is 100% wrong. And then B, everyone thinks they can run and start a company, and like it's just not that simple. And I help people all the time who want to start their own company, and I always leave them with a little advice of, well, good luck, because it is a disaster, and it is cutthroat of an industry as it gets. And
Yeah.
it just I just like with everything though. It's it's like it all comes back to, and it's the way we treat everybody with customer service. Because I know without the fans and the people we order, I got like 700 emails I got to read through right now about different things wrong with the website. Like, I appreciate them, but 450 of them are the same things over and over. But it's like I'm going to answer each and every one of them and send each
Yeah.
and everybody some type of something to make them feel loved, because that's what we do. And our company's a huge family, and we treat people like that. So
Yeah. No,
yeah,
that's something I've definitely noticed over the years I've been working for Chaos and Pain, kind of been integrated into the fam. One of the things too is whenever you do message us, guys, we do see the responses. Just like I told you in the previous video that was aired before this one, the previous hatecast. I told you guys that if you have any concerns or if you find any bugs on the site, please let us know, because they come to the comments section, and then usually I blow this man's email up with things that are either requested, like product request, like I don't know, some people have flavor request. And as always, again, if you have any of these, please let us know in the comment section below, because we do actually, we're not some nameless, faceless entity of a company that most bigger supplement companies seem to be right now, right? We take customer service, we take what we do very seriously, and customer service is something that people will never be replaced, right? People want to yell at Wayne whenever their order is screwed up, and Wayne's going to sit there and take the flack, because that's what he does.
yeah. I've kissed more ass cheeks in 5 years than I even want to think about. Like, I got pink eye in both eyes every day, all day. Like, it's just all kinds of bad.
Yeah.
But yeah. Now at the end of the day, it's like we do everything for the folks. We don't make, nobody here is driving Ferraris, and flying private jets, basically because we're all dead broke in student debt, and that's cool. But we just roll so much of the assets back into the company, trying to develop new products, get rid of products that don't work or sell as well. It's just like, then we got Agro in production coming in 4 or 5 weeks, and then we got Mercury right behind it. Got some single ingredients. Like, we got some 2019 is going to be some cool stuff. I got my toxic masculinity and masculinity toxic shirts coming, so be on the lookout for those, and that fun play on words. Toxically masculine is the shirt we will be coining and launching too.
There we go. Now, is that going to come in women's?
For the women's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care.
If that's something you'd like to see or something like that,
Yeah.
please. If you have any T-shirt ideas, by the way.
I don't judge. Because it is what it is. It's 2019 now. You can be as toxically feminine, masculine as you want to be. I just made that word up too. So.
But no, actually, I wanted you to kind of tell the story about how, because what people don't realize is, like, Chaos and Pain was built off of one card, like one American Express card. It's kind of a cool story. Like, we went from
so
nothing.
We basically got some upfront funding, not a lot, enough to buy the products. And I still worked a super sweet desk job managing at a call center. So that was just fantastic and great and loving, because everybody has fun at call centers, just like you see on TV shows like The Office. Not really.
Right.
And, basically, we had one credit card that we leveraged all the debt on for years and years and years. I mean, we still do. But we're able to literally grow the company, which is horrifyingly scary and a pretty proud moment, because at some point it really just takes a capital infusion to if I had $1 million, we'd have all kinds of products, but it wasn't. We don't have that magical $1 million investment. We had an American Express Plum card with with X balance, and we just had to make magic. We were out there squeezing lemons to make lemonade, but we only had apples, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
so we've self-grown this entire company, um, from the ground up, starting with just like a small little investment. I think like $70,000.
Yeah. Now, guys, I know some of you over there are saying 70,000. That's a small investment. It actually takes a pretty big upfront investment to start most supplement companies. You got to understand, most of these guys have about 250 grand just sitting there waiting for a supplement company to be started. So,
Well, it was back in the now there's so many manufacturers, and they all are so funded so well they can bring on small. Back in the day, we'd call people, and they'd be like, "Yeah, you got to run 1,000,000 capsules." Be like, "Well, let me just get the calculator out." Oh, so we got to run 4,000 or 5,000 bottles at a time to even make this make sense. And we got boned by two manufacturers when we started.
yeah.
You spend 10,000 on your first website, and you blink and close your eyes and open them, and you've blown all that cash, and you ain't even sold a product yet. So it was a tough but fun learning experience. You
Yeah.
know, it I mean, it's been the absolute funnest thing I've ever done. And then there's some days I'm not sure why I'm not starting a revolver like every 25 minutes. Um, so
Speaking of which, I hope you don't mind, but I kind of did something that I didn't tell you about. I actually had people submit questions on anabolic minds that could be answered in this episode. I kind of
oh
didn't
man,
post it in the Facebook group because I didn't want you to see it, because I know you never
get
go on anabolic minds because of reasons.
get wrecked.
Um,
Let's do them.
okay, so speaking of revolver, somebody wanted to know what your favorite gun that you own.
My favorite gun that I own is an M1A SOCOM, and I literally bought it on a whim because I thought Hillary Clinton was going to win the election, and I shit my pants, and I blew in there and spent 2 G's on this thing that I didn't want to do, and it's absolutely the crowning jewel of my pretty fun little gun collection.
Yeah.
And I'd always wanted one, and I just figured, fuck it, she's gonna win this election because of polling, blah blah blah. I was like, I need this, and I need it now. This is my gun, and I need it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's out of all the ones I have, that's it
Yeah, and I wrote a
so
little
far.
bio so people could ask the questions too. So, how many times a week do you find yourself visiting the shooting range?
I used to go every weekend up until I had a baby, and then like I haven't been in like 5 months, which is pretty depressing. But
Okay.
we have like 400 acres of family land in the beautiful northern Alabama, aka Meth Mountain, as they call it. It's just a classy group of folks out there. But we just go out there and just do all kinds of blasting. But I haven't been in a while. I used to go every week though. Probably start that back up here soon though.
What's your favorite vacation spot?
Oh man. Well, probably my favorite is New Orleans. And it's not because of fighting people in hotel lobbies and stuff like that. It's because I love drinking beer, but I also love people watching, and there is so much scum in New Orleans. It's just I love to go sit at the Touche Bar and Lounge and sit there with my girl Donna speaking that super Cajun, and just watch the filth roll by. I don't know, and I love beer, and they have good beer, so it just works out. I'm a simple person, so
Yeah, no, we've spoken about this before. We'll eat at the same diner every day if it's something we
yeah,
like. Um,
no doubt.
so speaking of which, what is your favorite beer right now?
Ooh. Well, let's run the question a little more. Are we talking about brand, or are we talking about type?
Let's cover both. It's not like there's anyone who's
All
going to
right.
stop us.
Yeah, it's not like we're on a time schedule or anything. Oddly enough, I've really been into Stella, um, which is weird for me. I usually don't like. There's so much craft beer in Birmingham. They open a new brewery every other day, and I mean, I'm not like a snob or anything. I pretty much only drink like wheats and wheat beers, pale ale type stuff, and lagers and
Yeah.
blondes. I don't get into like the English fruity style, like that Yankee Doodle Dandy stuff. Um, no, I've been into to the Stellas pretty hard, and now the summer's coming around. I'm going to be firing up the wheat beers, getting into the Hefeweizens, which is probably my all time favorite style of beer. And if I want to get blasted, I'll get the saisons out, um, because of reasons, as Bryce would say. They seem to put people in the zone. But yeah, no, Hefeweizens is my jam, my go-to. But
Do you
I'll
have
pretty
an
much drink
IPA?
anything.
Do you have an IPA that you would recommend people?
If you can if you can find straight to ale brewing out of Huntsville, they make one called the Monkey Knot, and
The
it's
Monkey
fucking
Knot.
yeah, it is fire. But it will if you have like 12 of them, it'll put you in the grave. So just be forewarned on that.
Yeah. I mean, we were discussing this earlier, but I've actually, because even though this isn't a question asked to me, I'll go ahead and answer it. Like, yeah, I'm not much of a beer guy just because I don't like the hoppy stuff. I also, I'll be right there in the lounge with the ladies drinking the appletinis. Like anything mixed, I'm pretty good with.
If that
Um,
if that bitch don't have an umbrella in it, I can't be drinking it.
yeah, no, I like margaritas. I like but Tito's vodka mixed with lemonade right now. It seems to be my jam. I know it's simple, but
Another
sometimes. Go ahead.
another reason I love New Orleans. It's literally the only place that you can go and get a pretty decent Sazerac in the United States with absinthe in it that I
With
found.
absinthe in it.
And yeah, and I'm all about that action on
Yeah.
those.
But I think that we'll go into the next question because now it gets dicey. Okay.
Good.
Um, what? How did you find the graphic designer we have? I've always been curious about this as well. So how did you find Sin?
I didn't really find her. Jamie's like, yo, I got this chick that can really design, and she likes lifting weights. I was like, cool. I hate design. And so basically, everything you see design product wise is pretty much, me or Jamie telling Sam, like, hey, we want this thing to kind of look like this. And then she hands it back 4 or 5 days later. And there's no changing from Sim's design. She doesn't do that. She's pretty feisty on that. Unless you want to get punched in the neck or told you're an idiot. So yeah, that's pretty much how everything's designed. It's like, hey, here's kind of a loose idea. Good luck. I hope
Yeah.
it looks good.
See this next part I'm gonna clip and I'm gonna send to Sin. Okay. What is
Great.
your favorite design of our products?
Oh man. Well,
Be
I'll
careful.
take full 100% credit for the clear label colored powders that now I see everybody doing.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we were first in on that. But no, the new Ferox I think is just it'll be iconic for Chaos and Pain. It's just cash money, colored powders. It just looks good. It looks good in the stores. I mean, we can't even keep it in stock. Like we'd be just getting blasted for it, and living that credit card life to to build the company still.
Yeah.
It it's just it's a one of a kind product. There's nothing like it on the shelves. There's not a company that makes a tastefully hardcore product. It's either looks like total absolute like street garbage vomit, or it's like Cellucor, or like the air quote hardcore companies like Nutrex are basically just gone to like plain colored labels, and that's it. So I mean, it just kind of is what it is. But that's, to me, that's it. That's the, like that's kind of the morphosis of 5 and 6 years of brand and design has turned into that, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. And I actually really, really like Gaia. The label art for Gaia, I think, is probably our best label, hands down. Because I take that back, because it's either a toss up between Gaia or Chemical One. I really do love the gas mask, World War II vibe, that sort of like ready for war thing that's on Chemical One. So that has to be my favorite design. Now, do you have a favorite product that we have? Like, what's something that you actually sit there and can't do without?
Oh, every day, Predator.
Predator?
Carnage.
Yeah.
Every day. And I use, I don't really, I don't pre-workout, air quote, as hard as I used to when I was younger. I'm the old man at 31
Yeah.
in the weightlifting game. Now I use a lot of like, what would be considered like accessory products, I guess, to like the mainstays of fat burners, pre-workouts, proteins. I use like the Gaia, Carnage, Predator pretty much every day, but I feel like Predator is just the best, one of the best products to use daily. That and Carnage, people don't realize it, but it's probably one of the single best products we actually make, scientifically and for price wise for what you get. It's just it can't be matched.
Yeah.
You won't find it much else anywhere else. I mean, it's just top tier. Anyway, that's a rambling story for what I like to take, and I'll take a pre-workout here every once in a while if I want to get in there and get weird, so.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on Carnage. Not many companies use PQQ.
Well, it's because it's like a fucking $1 billion a year. I think it's like $8,500 a kilo or some nonsense like that. Like, it's ridiculous.
So it's just a more expensive ingredient. Yeah.
Well, it's like if you use the top shelf good stuff, it's just expensive in general, and then like it inside that product there's some other expensive aspects to it too, and then you freaking flavoring costs you like that's 50-75 cents a bottle. I mean, they start adding up, but yeah, PQQ is just a magical substance.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about that.
That and nicotinamide, something that we have, is actually like a favorite supplement used by people like, Dr. Rhonda Patrick, which her research on anti-aging and just recovery and benefits, and, she seems to be obsessed with like the ApoE4 gene just because she has it. So she's more likely to get, Alzheimer's and stuff like that. So anything that she takes and she pushes, like when she was on Joe Rogan and when she was on a bunch of other podcasts, even on her own channel. If you have not checked out Found My Fitness, go ahead and check that out. But she definitely does take nicotinamide riboside just because she believes that it helps with basically everything. Mitochondrial repair helps with everything that you could possibly imagine.
Well, that's
beneficial.
like that's one of the huge premises of the product is like the actual mitochondrial repair cellular level. And it's it's kind of the theory that like if your cells are working better, the body's going to work better. Is it true? I don't know. Does it work? Really does seem like it does very well. Everyone seems to love it. So that's kind of the that's Wayne's bro science version. The science version is you can go read all the published studies about PQQ, nicotinamide riboside, and, be confused and entertained all at the same time of how great it is. So.
Yeah. And not only that, but, we have things inside of Carnage that help with basically freeing up fatty acids. So, think of your fat cells as like balloons, right? You're basically encouraging those to deflate, if that makes sense. And it just really is a fantastic product, and I'm glad you brought it up.
Hold on, Bryce. You calling me fat here because I use Carnage every day, trying to deflate me?
No, I'm calling myself fat because I use it whenever I diet. So, man, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be in Austin when this thing airs, because it'll be my first day there, and I would have undone all of my work. I swear to God, you cannot go to Austin, Texas, if you're dieting. You have to come off your diet. You have to enjoy the food. It's just you can't do that, man. Like, there's all these people that uh-oh. Sorry, I heard something in the background. No worries. But there's all these people that, like, stay on their diet year-round and kind of leave enjoying themselves by the wayside because they're chasing that dream of, that Instagram god thing you were talking about. Like that Instagram deity. I want to be an Insta-famous.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you have to either dedicate yourself to that or just realize, like myself, that I am a fat piece of shit. And, I'll be rocking this dad bod with big arms is basically my life goal.
Yeah.
But you gotta live life, but it's all about that dedication to the gram if you're gonna do it, because it's real life. Nothing fakes on Instagram at all, ever.
No, nobody's renting Ferraris for 25 minutes to make a post. So let's
go to the gun store and take some pictures with these guns, baby. Gangsta.
There you go. But anyway, guys, I know this has been a short episode, but time is money, and his last name is Banks. So we have to get going. I think this was a fantastic episode. If you like this episode, go ahead and like this episode. If you dislike this video, please leave. If you
don't like this video, just tell Bryce you hate him, not me. It's all gravy.
That seems to be a recurring statement. So, but I'm here to stay. So subscribe. Go ahead and turn on the bell notification. And if you're listening to us on Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, wherever else we are, please toss us a follow or whatever is the comparable version of that for whatever platform you use. Guys, we will see you in the next one.
Conan, what is best in life? Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women. That is good.
Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing. I don't need no help, I don't need opinions, so don't waste my time then. I just been living online, my city don't show me no love and that's fine. Fuck local radio stations, I got more plays than all of these rappers combined. I'm going again, I've been going in, I'm fed up with so many things. I gotta just let it all out, I'm talking about the shit they've been talking about. Telling me I should do this, telling me I should do that. Telling me things about rap. Talking the truth and that stab in my back, they will knock me off track, no. Too many things have been building, been hard to deal with, I just been drinking. Remember my moves in the past, I'm wondering what was I thinking. Lately I'm living in fear, wondering what if the end is so near. All of this shit going on, the shootings are strong. One shot to the head and I'm gone. I'm losing control but I can't let it go, cause I'm trying to get more. And I've been in the moment, I've been in the zone, and I'm moving alone. I don't pick up the phone when my family call, I've been doing it wrong and I don't know what's happening. Trying to get what I just been imagining, getting close and I just been examining all of the fake shit the game has been packaging.
Power pleases you, Crown. So grant me one request. Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
come from a town where most of the people are so close-minded. They go into school and they work in a job, but they don't even like it. I won't be put in a box, nobody telling me what I should rock, nobody telling me what I should drop, cause I do what I want and just know I don't stop. Recording till 4 in the morning, they snoring, I'm pouring my soul into every story. I'm writing, producing, I mix it, I master, I'm building my craft and I'm not looking back. I've been going doing things I wanna do when I want to. Everybody wanna get a win, but they not do. Everybody wanna copy you, but they not you. Everybody wanna be cool, but they not new. Whoa, look how I go, gonna be a dentist, I still got the flow. Never gonna lose cause I'm still doing both. Never gonna lose cause I've been on the road. Come to your state and I'm killing the show. Know that I'm young and I still gotta grow. Know that I'm working the most, know I'm never gonna choke. And I'm looking back down on the people below. I've been keeping